I have been building a horror-themed escape room in Unity by myself, and here is my update on my second week. I have implemented a new feature in my inventory system which comes through the Hotbar. The player can have up to 6 items at any given time, and they are able to scroll through or select which item they want to use. That item then becomes in their hand, and they are able to use that item in their hand. I've also implemented an inspection menu like I talked about in the previous video. The player will be able to inspect different items in their inventory to see what they look like, and if they are able to be interacted with or opened, then they are able to do that through their inventory. The other thing with the hotbar system is that it will show the name and the sprite in the actual hotbar of the item, and after a certain time, without any sort of input that will adjust the hotbar, then the text of the name will disappear. It'll slowly fade away. The other thing, the player is also able to lower their hand so that it's not blocking their screen if players wandering around don't want to have their in-hand item showing the entire time and want to have more space on screen. Now the next thing I worked on is the environment. We are not just on a flat plane, we are actually in a sort of jail cell area. I am using the assets that I have been scaled down to meet with the player, and I have fixed the camera issues that I was having earlier where the camera would go through the walls. Now I did notice that in the asset pack I use, there are no dungeon themed or jail themed objects, so I will have to go and model my own jail cell door, because if I want to make it accessible with a key, then I need to make it actually look like you can use a key on that door. Now the other thing is that doors actually work. I have an interactable door system now to where they will open and close, and the script can be modified to where I can actually make it lock through a specific key, and that key will hold an ID. Now next week's agenda is to create the first puzzle. We can move on to that step, and we need to create the environment for that. So I will be building the actual level in hopes to be able to actually create the environment that the player will need and actually get through those first couple of puzzles so that we can move on to the main part of the game, which will be an assortment of other puzzles in different rooms and also creating the one main enemy. That is all for week 2. Stay tuned till next Saturday when I release my update for week 3.